Much like a drug mule, there involves a lot of sticking stuff in butts.
That's right.
Good day, YouTube. And welcome
What's
to
going on, baby?
episode of Beer Dweebs United. Yay, Beer Dweebs United here. Only 4 of us here today, right now at least. First and foremost, Lee, what are you going to be drinking tonight?
What am I going to be drinking? It's what I am drinking. Sessionista from Boxing Rock.
Nice, sir, nice. And Gregory?
Well, I have this year's Whiny Bastard, which I'm going to try, my first bottle of. I expect to be drinking in around half an hour when I get the stupid wax cap off.
Can I just say one thing before Joe goes? I just realized that I put my bottle up to my microphone expecting people to be able to see what I was showing. So there we go. Just to correct that little mistake.
I bet you that helped Rhino a little bit, in all honesty.
Well, yeah, probably no difference, really, when you think about it.
And yourself, Joseph.
I am drinking Holiday Porter from Sam Adams, slumming it here. I had some left over. But, baby, they got a date on the bottle, God. They got a date. Actually, it's more like a notch, and it says best before April. It's fucking May. I'm in trouble. It's going to be garbage.
You're in trouble, Scott White. You're in trouble.
And I'm going to start with Schofferhofer. The Schofferhofer Radler.
You made that up. You made that up.
You don't like that one, I thought.
No, I don't.
Why would you buy it?
I didn't buy it.
Why would you drink it?
Because it was left here for me to drink.
Nope. Wrong answer.
Well, it's the right answer because that is the answer. Holy shit, this side of my beard's sticking out more than the other side.
Listen, I heard your train.
What happens when you're laying on that side of your faith, baby?
Well, baby.
Okay, I'm going to pour this and then we'll start. Oh, I don't like it already. All I did was smell it.
What kind of beer is that?
Schofferhofer Grapefruit Radler.
Ew.
I don't know if it's just because I haven't had this in a couple of years, or if it's because it's out of date. But this Sam Adams Holiday Porter, I remember liking it quite a bit, and now it just kind of has like a generic porter vibe to it. It's kind of disappointing, but I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, the quality has went down, or oh, blah blah blah. But it's just not as good as I remembered. It's unfortunate.
I think I drank that one with you years back.
I've had it plenty of times. It was the first year I ever bought it was like 09 or 10, and it was this, and they had their old Fezziwig and all that stuff, and this one and the old Fezziwig I really did enjoy. But
yeah,
again,
the pack I bought had Old Fezziwig, that one, the Chocolate Bock, and a coffee beer.
Yeah, the Black and Brew, I think it was.
Yeah, Black and Brew.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's been refrigerated ever since I got it, so I don't think it has anything to do with the date because they just put it on there because obviously, whatever. I think they put 6 months out, so I don't foresee this being any better like 3 weeks ago.
Alrighty, so if we are going to do our normal start, which would be Canadian beer news stuff, Picaroons, Bose, and Persephone participate in B Corp collaborative beer. A beer brewed as a collaboration between 10 B Corp certified breweries from across North America, including 3 from Canada, is making its debut this week at the Craft Brewers Conference in Philadelphia, which just took place yesterday, I do believe, and the day before. Brew the Change is an ale that features contributions from Aslan Brewing in Washington, Bose All Natural in Ontario, Bison Brewing in California, Brewery Vivant in Michigan, Bull City Burger and Brewery in North Carolina, Hopworks Urban Brewery in Oregon, New Belgium Brewing in Colorado, North Coast Brewing in California, Persephone in British Columbia, and Picaroons in New Brunswick.
Sure that's not Persephone?
It's probably Persephone, but I don't care. It's Persephone.
Is that the epitome of breweries?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, interesting.
Yeah.
If you say so.
As long as Picaroons isn't bottling the stuff, that's interesting.
I'm sure they're probably doing it in the U.S. since they're going to be serving it. Since they were serving at the Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I would say make every single beer with maple and then have Picaroons bottle it.
The recipe for success there, baby.
Baby, who liked vinegar?
So Muskoka was having a contest. Muskoka Brewing was having a Bring It Back contest. And Muskoka Dark Ale won, which was an ale that's been around for a long time with Muskoka. The fact that they even took it away was kind of saddening. But what saddens me the most is Dark Ale is what was voted back in. And the things that were in the category, four of the most notable ones, Crystal Weizen, okay, who cares, right? But two that I've never had because they've been gone for so long and would have been interesting to have, a Honey Lager or Pilsner Light. Dark was taken off the market like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. You didn't, bring something back that's like 20 years old.
I don't think I want something from 20 years that's either a Honey Lager or a Pilsner Light.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think any of the options actually seem all that great.
No, in all honesty, none of the options were all that great. It's just...
I'm just trying to think where Muskoka was 20 years ago. I'm thinking it probably wasn't all that great. So,
well, bringing back Muskoka Dark is what they're doing for their 20th anniversary. They're bringing back Muskoka Dark Ale.
Well, I'd rather try the dark than the honey and the Pilsner Light or whatever.
Pilsner Light sound just honestly. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Pilsners, but how lighter can you get than a Pilsner? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Are we drinking water, carbonated water? Are we fucking Ewart?
What would they name it? The Session Pilsner or something?
Yes.
What's that?
Which anniversary is it of Muskoka?
20th.
They've been around for 20 years.
Yep.
Fuck, I thought they were around for 6 or 7.
Pilsner Light is basically carbonated water with lemongrass in it. I don't understand what you could do. Honestly, what could you do to make Pilsner lighter? That sounds so bad. God, such terrible options.
So next, Shacklands Brewing Company is now ready to start getting ready to open up. They're opening up in Toronto. It's a contract brewery that has been on hiatus for about a year.
Hiatus.
Hiatus. They'll be returning this summer with their own brewing facility located in the same building as another of the city's young breweries. Shacklands Brewery was launched in 2012 by home brewer Jason Tremblay, who brewed his beers at several locations, including Junction and Innocente, while looking for a physical location. The spot has now been found at 100 Symes Road, in the industrial building in the Stockyards district that is also home to Reinhard Brewing.
I was going to say, it sounded familiar.
Yeah, so they're going to be in the same building. They're going to be making Belgian ales, saisons, farmhouse ales, funks, and sours.
Ooh.
So let's hope there's a good separation between their two breweries, because if you're doing funks and sours in your brewery, Jordan Reinhard might not like what happens with his beers.
Now, just to let people who aren't from Toronto know, this is in the Stockyards area, which is called this because this is where they used to kill all the cows. They still do. It's much smaller. Now it's kind of a trendy area where they build townhouses. But right where Reinhard's located, they still do, I think, butcher. I don't know if they butcher the cows there, but they still cut them up there. So apparently, if you go to Reinhard on certain days, you have to actually walk over rivers of blood to get to the brewery.
I expect to walk over rivers of blood every time I step out of the door anyway, so...
You know that must be great for the hipsters and everything else.
Mm-hmm. I got blood on my suede shoes.
Oh, you know what they should do? They should put out some gluten-free vegan beers and have the vegans come on the day, release them on the days that the pools of blood are going down the street.
That'd be awesome. That'd be a time to sit out there with your camera and start taking photos and videos. Oh my God!
And then after they try tell them, hey, the secret ingredient is cow blood.
Yeah, it's really bumming me out. Let's go to Starbucks, guys.
Saltbox Brewing confirms its location and head brewer and launches its Pioneers Club. So Saltbox Brewing Company is going to be opening up in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia.
Mahone Bay?
Yep. See,
It's right next to Persephone.
See, I don't pronounce the fucking accent. I am supposed to. I pronounce the accent. I'm not supposed to. Anyway,
Yeah, just put it on hiatus.
a brewery planning to open this summer in Mahone Bay on the south shore of Nova Scotia has announced details of its location and brewer, as well as opening memberships to a supporters club. Saltbox Brewing will be setting up shop at 363 Main Street in a building previously occupied by an antiques and giftware store, the Eclectic Garage. The store will include a retail store, tap room, and brew house, with the latter to be overseen by Jeremy Fair, an award-winning brewmaster who has most recently been working at Newstead. Oh God, he's not that great. Newstead Springs Brewing Company, in Ontario. The brewery has also launched the Saltbox Pioneers Club, in which members will receive a limited edition T-shirt, early access to Saltbox beer releases, exclusive event invitations, and a 10% discount on merchandise purchased at the brewery in exchange for a $40 membership fee. That's actually not that bad.
It's pretty good.
I mean, it's not like, hey, give me $300 and you can get early access and this and that. $40, $40 is worthwhile for a T-shirt, a discount every time you go in to buy your stuff.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeremy Fair is going to be the brewmaster. I'm intrigued. Newstead Springs is a really cool brewery to go and visit because it has all it's one of the oldest breweries in Ontario. It still sits atop the caves they used to lager beer in, and part of the tour is they take you down into the caves. So that's a really cool little aspect of it. But the beer itself was
not
some
that
of
good.
it's good.
I think it kinda also wins the award for probably one of the most inconvenient breweries to get to in Ontario because it's not near anything. It's way out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's like a 4-hour.
Oh no, there's worse breweries now, like Half Hours on Earth out on Seaforth and stuff. There's a lot of breweries in the middle of nowhere now. Erio, Baysville Brewing, they're in Erio, Ontario, which is a tiny little peninsula that has one road in, and that same road is the only road out. So if there's ever a flash flood or something, you're stuck there.
Yeah, that's the one you were saying that doesn't make particularly great beer, but they basically have the market all to themselves.
Yep.
Like literally, there's no other place within miles.
No, nothing. So, Descendants Beer and Beverage Company has opened its doors on its physical brew house finally at 319 Victoria Street North in Kitchener. And it opened to the public, what was it, yesterday at 4 p.m.? Sorry, Friday at 4 p.m. Descendants was launched by Robin Malloy and Lee Brooks in 2014 as a contract brewery operation while they worked on opening a bricks and mortar facility. They actually did have a brick and mortar facility. It was a old mill that they were renovating to get up to code to be a brewery, and after putting a good deal of money into it, they realized they couldn't get it up to par in time for the money they wanted, so they moved on. The Kitchener location was confirmed last year, and it will now be open daily to sell beer in bottles, cans, growlers, kegs, and by the glass, alongside a small food menu that features paninis, pretzels, desserts, and other simple beer hall foods.
Well, one of the guys' name is Lee, so I see instant success and probably a prosperous future for them in the days to come. So very good.
Fucking, if his name was Chad, they'd have a lot of fucking good going for them.
Well, they wouldn't be able to see anything.
There's that too.
Look at our amazing brewery. That's a swimming pool. Oh. Oh.
Isn't it Taps that likes that?
Taps is like a pig pen.
Taps asked if they could come to the festival.
Yeah.
You know who actually contacted me yesterday about the festival?
Ken.
Yeah, it was Ken.
Fucking moron. Ken, you're a fucking moron. I'm just saying.
You should tell him he could come if he makes 10 bitter years better again.
He's like, I just realized that we're like 2 months late on our registration fee. Can we still come?
No, fuck off. Fuck off, Ken. You're too busy for Rhino, then he's too busy for you. Fuck off. Come grovel earlier next time, you dumb cunt.
Whoa.
Jesus. We're already bringing out the sword. It's only 10 minutes in.
Seriously, it's pissing me off. People fucking sit here and they treat Rhino's Festival like it's some sort of fucking redheaded stepchild of the fucking beer scene in Ontario, when it's not. It's probably the coolest fucking festival going, and they treat it like it's some piece of shit that they can fucking just casually waltz into whenever they fucking want to. They can go fuck themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Russell, the spokesman for the Albino Rhino Beer Festival 2016.
Yes, thank you. So, yeah. Just a reminder for anyone watching the Albino Rhino Beer Festival. Coming up next week on May 14th, 2016, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 209 Ridge Road North in Ridgeway, Ontario. 33 alcohol vendors, 10 food vendors. Great time. $20 in advance, $25 at the door. You can get your tickets on ticketscene.ca or at the Cayman Kettle Beer Works, Innocente Brewing, Silversmith Brewing, or Brimstone Brewing. But hard tickets will only be on sale until Wednesday or Thursday of next week, when I can pick them up and turn that money into float money for the door. Bing!
And now featuring not on Mother's Day weekend.
No tardy cunts, no children, no colors.
What kind of cunts did you say? I missed that.
Tardy cunts.
Regular cunts.
No.
Just the regular cunt.
Regular cunts are welcome, but lazy tardy cunts, no.
Sorry, Greg, you're not allowed in.
And don't forget, this festival is your only opportunity to try the new fresh batches, 10 bitter years, and Epiphany #1.
Wow. Wow!
Wait, it's your only chance to try what now?
I don't know what I said.
He knows what he said. If you could see him, he's smiling.
They're not at the festival yet.
I'll just say we do have one little comment here. This hi from Wet Scotland from Jason Furness.
Good day from Dry Niagara.
I'd like to think that this panel is responsible for making Scotland very, very wet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially Greg.
How you doing, Scotland?
Yeah.
Not wrong, Greg. Wrong, Greg.
You've been here before, Scotland? I haven't seen you around. I would have remembered you.
I thought Scotland just wanted a little bit of Polish sausage.
I'm going to drink some Muskoka Craft Lager next.
My condolences.
Well, at least you're moving up in the world a little bit.
Let's say this
Muskoka Craft Lager.
fresh white bastard is delicious. Old whiny bastard, not so much.
And Yurt's here, and he's got a... Is that Winston Churchill in his fucking picture?
Fresh Limbaugh.
Is it? I don't know. It looks like Winston Churchill, but I can't tell.
It's his new favorite beer. He's so excited.
What's his new favorite beer?
It's an old ale from Avery that's brewed with maple syrup and something else I can't remember.
So old vinegar cunt juice, then.
The old man likes old beer.
No, the old man likes hyped beer.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You made him break his vow of silence.
I'm easily trolled. I'll just say that. I react easily. So, good day.
What is that Winston Churchill in your picture there? Is that?
No, Joe was right. I don't know if that label is of him or not. I could look it up. It has a resemblance, but I can confirm if that is him or not.
Maybe Archie Bunker with less hair. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I wish I had more Schafferhofer instead of this craft lager.
Oh, really?
Hated Schafferhofer.
I'll Schafferhoff you.
Schafferhoff up.
But I'm sure that that Muskoka won some sort of award in the craft lager category.
Yeah, it is Winston Churchill, by the way.
At least it isn't like when they won the fucking pale ale with their cream ale.
Those Ontario
and then still
fucking
won,
awards are
then still won Best in Show.
I don't even know why you read them. I don't know why anyone pays attention. Those
Hey,
are
come on now. Technically, a cream ale is really just kind of like a light, drinkable, lagerish pale ale. So
Is it a Pilsner Light? Is that what it is?
no, it's not quite a Pilsner Light. It's a couple levels above that, but that's essentially what the cream ale style is developed to be. An ale that is as drinkable as a lager, essentially.
Hey, Chad, are you still getting those Bo's Greener Future beers through that brewery service?
Yes, I got my second shipment in April.
Well, this is the new one that you can look forward to. It's probably not in this batch. It'll be in your next box. It's the Big Sleepy. It's a blend of Matt's Sleepy Time, barrel-aged 4 ways, whiskey, red wine, white wine, and rum. And then it's finished with a splash of bourbon barrel-aged lug tread.
I think they're overdoing it just a tad.
No. Never enough barrels. And who doesn't want their lug tread barrel aged?
That sounds like a goddamn...
I could actually get behind just trying lug tread barrel age, just to try actual lug tread barrel age, because that would be a lot like what Innis and Guns original was, because it was just an ESB that was barrel aged.
Yeah, why are they sticking me this beer in all these fucking barrels?
Well, that's just it. Like the red wine, the white wine and red wine are going to make it somewhat sour and dry, and then the whiskey and rum are going to make it big and powerful. And mixing those together is just going to be gross.
No, yeah, like here's what they should have done. They should have made a series out of this. They could have milked people for a series from this. We got all these different barrels. We're going to put lug tread in every one. So it's going to be a lug tread series of the barrel edition of lug tread, or the barrel edition series of lug tread. Then you get all the different variations. That's the way to fucking get more money out of it. Just sticking them all these fucking barrels and making it disgusting and making it so no one ever wants to fucking drink lug tread again. Why the fuck would you do that?
Welcome to the Greener Future series. The thing about you compared that beer, lug tread in barrels, to Innocent Guns. Here's the thing: an ESB, while it's light and all that stuff, it's not a fucking Kolsch. A Kolsch is basically like a Pilsner, like just a generic lager in some respects. Never should be barrel aged. It's certainly not in bourbon barrels, and certainly not mixed with a fucking another beer that was barrel aged in 4 different barrels and then blended. What are they doing? They're like throwing shit at the wall and hoping something sticks, and nothing ever does, seemingly, because I've never heard anybody really go nuts over any of their Greener Future beers.
Greener
like
Future
maybe one or
beers,
two.
for the first year or two, they were actually really awesome, because they were, hey, let's take this beer and age it for this long in this barrel. And then they started going, hey, we've already done that. We don't want to make any new beers. We got stuff in barrels still. Let's just start mixing them.
I think that's the issue, is that they have this Greener Future series where you sign up and basically it boils down to a beer a month, right? And then now they have it in the brew box and stuff. They are just selling themselves a little bit too thin. That's all. They don't put any thought seemingly behind what to do for the fucking series. They had to do leftover stuff. They don't seemingly do anything fresh, and stuff that does sound cool. Like sometimes you guys read the side of those labels and it'll be like, this beer in red wine barrels for 12 months or 18 months, and you're like, that's cool. And then it's like, nah, hang on, it's mixed with this Schwarz beer that was aged for 7 months in fucking bourbon barrels. And then hang on, here's our fucking Belgian stout aged for 8 months in fucking whiskey. But hang on, it's like 7 blends, and you're like, can I just have each one of those like as a separate beer? Just give me that 8-month aged wine fucking stout. That's what I want. Nope, they're blending everything. They are doing a terrible job. They need to get their shit together with it.
That kills me. What? You get one release with all this shit mixed together. They could have turned it into like 4 separate releases that they'd be covered for 4 other months.
Well, that's just it. Like,
Is that what I just said?
Yeah, but you use lug tread as a fucking example. No one wants to drink lug tread in a barrel ever.
I'd be willing to try lug tread in a barrel.
Fuck yeah, I would.
But you guys are weird, fucking weird people.
You're on your goddamn mind.
Fucking Kolsch's barrel aged. Unbelievable.
It's
next you're going to tell me that alt beers are in barrels. Why?
That goddamn haircut cut out some brain cells as well.
No, listen, Lee, you need to grow some. You need to grow some hair to
get
get
a goddamn stroke or something.
I'm getting angry at Bose, though. It does seem stupid, though.
Actually, Sean and Ed Brewing, one of the breweries that just joined the festival, they do a barrel series. Now, all they do is lagers, and they do a barrel series where they do a regular lager barrel aged in different barrels.
I wonder if they have. Here's the problem with all this fucking shit. Bose has beers that probably aren't going to stand. They didn't brew the beer to get in the barrel. That's what my issue is with like Lug Treaders sticking any of their regular beers into barrels. They're just throwing shit at the wall. They should be brewing specific beers to go in these fucking barrels. Instead, they're just half-assing it.
In all fairness, Joe, that's what most breweries do. Is they put whatever the fuck they got in a barrel. And hope
That's cool, but they don't charge you fucking $150 and come up with this series where you get a beer a month or whatever, 12 over the course of the year, and make a big deal about it. They should be putting some effort into each month or each beer, and it seems like, kind of like Chad said, they're just doing leftover shit. Like, we have X amount of Sleepy Time Stout in this wine barrel, and we also have it in 3 other barrels. So you know what? We don't have enough to make like one batch of it or whatever for each one, so we'll just blend it, use a little bit, and use it as one beer. It's just like, well, that's a terrible idea. It really is.
One of the ones that came in the April box had their Festival, so their alt beer, and it was in a barrel for 60 months, so 5 years in a barrel. I bet you they just forgot they even had that barrel. Like, I'm sure they were going to blend, and they're like, what's in the... Oh, this is Festival from 5 years ago. Shit, let's use this.
Well, here's a question I have for you from you, Rhino, and Greg, because you guys have pretty much drank quite a few of them. They don't do a great job with the blends is what kills me. I mean, seemingly it's like you guys. I haven't seen many beers where you're like, oh man, this. I wonder if they even like test the blends. Or if they're just guessing. Are they sitting there with like a team of people like, okay, a little bit more of this, a little less of this, whatever, putting some thought process into it? Or are they just trying something and hoping it works?
The way it seems is that they're just trying it and hoping it works.
I highly doubt they're doing it that way because they are a fucking big brewery. I don't think they're doing that, but it seems like they are.
If they actually have a guy that's sitting there testing these blends, that guy needs to be fired.
Yeah, they're not Firestone Walker, clearly.
I'm going to say there was a few blends, like most of them were mediocre, but there were a few that got released last year that they should have been embarrassed. If they had tasted that, they should have been like, no, we're not going to release this because it's going to make our brewery look bad. We'll just give them 2 bottles of Lug Tread this month.
Like I said, the first 2 years, because I had a lot of those beers sent to me by Dale, the first 2 years they actually did really well. Like, that's where the first barrel-aged Screaming Beaver came out. They'd never barrel-aged a double IPA until Greener Futures. That beer was fucking awesome. Like, a lot of the beers that came out for the first 2 years were great, and then it was like they just didn't care anymore. They just got too big, and they're like, what can we do?
Well, because we have to have something new every month, because we got to get our drainage system or our solar panels or whatever they're buying right now with it, which, yeah, I support that, but I also support good beer for the money.
Dudes, we totally got to get our car made out of granola fucking upgraded, dudes. So we got to get some macrame on the granola car and get it running again, dude.
One of the beers that came in the box was the Elephant Monsoon, which was the peanut butter grape beer. Peanut butter grape porter. And that sounds interesting, and it's like, yeah, that's intriguing. And then you realize it's just like their peppermint porter. It's just, who cares?
You know what else is interesting? Guy is here, and you haven't asked him what he's drinking yet.
Guy, what are you drinking?
Probably a Bose product.
The last of my leather background.
I've been here fucking longer than Guy. You never fucking asked me, asshole.
You know what's less interesting? Nick is here, and he's swearing at people. What does he drink?
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. I don't care about your cheeseburger, Randy.
What are you drinking, Mr. Stella Glass?
Moosehead Rattler.
I would rather not know that.
Even goddamn ass at this point.
So, on to our beer headlines. The first headline I have is the second reason I will not go to Tanzania. I will not go to Tanzania because I'm albino and they will grind up my bones and voodoo potions. And also because beer prices have soared. Their new budget has come out and beer tax is up huge.
Yeah, but what's Tanzania's money exchanged for Canadian dollars?
Oh, I don't even know, but I'm just saying that's my second reason not to go.
You're probably paying like 2 pennies instead of 1 penny for beer over there.
That's okay. I'm still going to get eaten.
Toenail clippings only.
So they murder those over there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They consider them witches and stuff, and then just grind them up and use them in potions. Sort of like grind up tiger penis or whatever, you know.
Oh, there you go.
There was actually a story in the New York Times by a reporter that went over there about a woman who they broke into her house and cut off her leg and took that first, and then she couldn't run away, so every time they went back, they just took another body part.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Is there are no police in this country? I guess not.
The police are in on it a lot of times, and so is
yeah.
the government, and
They're high-fiving with him, Greg. I don't know what you're talking about.
High-fiving.
Well, look at the bright side, Chad. At least your ground-up leg could give some guy a boner.
it's true. Now, this is the first time, the first and only time the first time this has ever happened, and I never thought it would happen. Justin Bieber's name is coming up on the beer review. Justin Bieber. He was sued for $100,000 in a beer bong disaster. He was at a club. He tried a beer bong. He spilt it all over himself. He couldn't do the chug. Then he got angry and he saw somebody was videotaping him fail at the beer bong, and he grabbed the phone and smashed it into little pieces on the floor. So he's being sued for $100,000 by this guy.
Must have been a really nice phone.
Expensive phone.
Well, apparently Bieber kept his SIM card and he lost all of his pictures and everything else. And
Did you just call him Beaver? Because if so, fantastic.
yes, I just called him Beebs.
Get an autograph.
You know what? I support any frivolous lawsuit against an entitled, spoiled little cunt fag like that guy. I look forward to the point in his life where he becomes an obscure nothing who is strung out on drugs and various sexually transmitted diseases, and no one gives a fuck about him anymore, and he dies sad and far too young in some fucking drug den somewhere.
What
Fuck
do
that guy.
what do you keep saying he for?
I'm sorry. He'll get a sex change. At some point.
No. She's already a she. She's gonna get a sex change.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
also-
whatever.
I would also support a bunch of men, say around the size of Chad, Paul, or the man-child, all holding him down and continuously sodomizing him until he eventually just dies of it.
See, here's the thing. Here's why he doesn't get beat up is because he's got like these massive black bodyguards surrounding him who immediately jump anyone who fucking mouths off to him. If he didn't have that, that guy would already be fucking raped and dead.
Yeah, which is why he has to keep releasing albums, because even though the kid's a fucking but he's very wealthy. You know, he has to spend so much money on security and living his lifestyle that if he doesn't keep pulling that money, he will actually eventually run out of money.
Yeah.
I think he retired a few years ago, and now, oh look, new album.
I look forward to when he comes penniless and obscure. That'll be a great day. And I doubt he'll ever experience a moment of clarity and realize, oh, I really fucked up and I'm really a dipshit. He'll just die stupid and alone and not knowing why he died.
Being sodomized by large gentlemen.
Yeah. For crack.
Is crack.
I got a crack.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Apologies to any of the Bieber fans out there. Keep on believing.
I'm sure there's a lot of cross-pollination between the Albino Rhino Beer Review and Justin Bieber.
I don't know. Some of the people who watch this channel and comment all the time on his videos kind of seem like they're that stupid.
No, that's not nice. You're calling my viewers stupid.
A lot of your viewers are really stupid.
What's wrong?
Jeez, Lee is just he is.
I see the
Oh,
comments
another
in your
level
fucking
now
videos.
tonight.
I see the comments in your fucking videos. Come on, you can't sit there and tell me that half your fucking viewers are mongoloid retards.
All right.
To be fair, some of your cast members are a little too.
I mean, you've got intelligent viewers who are smart and who are actual fans, and then you just got all these fucking weirdos who walk into your fucking videos and go, "Hey, Santa Claus."
Oh, so you're talking about the people that aren't actually viewers. You're talking about the trolls that just come and say Santa Claus all the time.
They're still viewers, technically.
I don't even know if they actually view it or if they just see like a second of the video and go, Santa Claus! Ho, 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 ho.
Oh my god, there's two Lees.
Oh my god, what are we
We're
gonna
gonna
do?
get double the hate. I like it.
I don't know what happened there.
You got flagged by Google.
Good stuff.
All that hate.
Yeah, Google had to cut off the rant before it got serious.
Hey. Now I know how Dr. Dave feels, being all censored and everything. Keep my videos down to 14 minutes or whatever.
So, there is a new beer out. Now, we've talked before about saliva beer. We've talked about urine beer. We've talked about beer yeast beer, breast milk stouts. What other ones were out there? There was the beer made from the animal that shits, the civet coffee. Now, 7 Cent Brewing in Australia is making a belly button beer. So navel lint, they're making it with yeast from the navel lint of their brewmaster.
Coming to get somebody after those Belieber fucking comments. Someone's going to jail.
Who the fuck place is that?
What the fuck is you posting in the chat? Are these like Justin Bieber lyrics or something? God damn it.
Is it too late to now to say I'm sorry?
Well, he does have a daughter, so there's probably some.
Okay, so for you guys, where is belly button lint beer on the gross scale? For me, I don't find it as gross as, say, the urine beer and stuff. I think, if anything, it slides in right after beard yeast. Like, beard yeast is the least gross.
Here's the thing, right?
No
Urine
beer.
is a sterile substance, so although it's gross, it can't hurt you. Belly button lint, that's kind of like a wild yeast.
Anyone else getting Robot Boy from him?
No.
No, he's fine.
Anyone?
No.
Can you hear any of us? Maybe your shit's fucked.
But can you not hear me?
I think Rhino's about to lose his connection. Internet cafe, sons? Nick Echo. Nick Echo.
Echo?
Yeah, still echo on your side.
No.
Hello? Yeah, still a little bit.
I'm not breaking up, am I?
Yeah,
No.
you weren't breaking
Okay.
up, we just couldn't hear you, and you probably
1
were trying
second.
to say something. Okay.
So not adjust your sets. We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Tron lives.
We can
Regular-
read a comment. You can read a comment. Is there any comments?
There's one comment from the Berserker. Said
Why didn't
Bieber on
you-
the warp. I don't know. He should. Bieber on the warpath. Imperial Stout.
I'm sure someone will make it. He'll get a collab going with somebody at some point. It'll probably be an American Adjunct Lager. So
Bieber's
Yeah.
beer.
Well, he proved with the beer bong that he's too much of a pussy even to drink beer. So he like his big thing was a mixture of like fucking juice and fucking NyQuil or something like that. I can't remember what the fuck they called it, but it was some sort of weird lame ass hip hop fucking drink.
wasn't that the codeine syrup
There we
or
go.
whatever that everyone was doing?
Yeah, codeine and like juice or something.
I think it was Sprite and codeine. That's what they all
Yeah, it's
all like the rappers and stuff. They've been doing it for a
Fucking lame.
while.
Am I
I
back?
forgot what the actual name is. Yeah, we can hear you.
So my daughter snuck out of her room, grabbed one of the iPads, and went back in her room watching YouTube.
She's probably watching this.
I was gonna say, I hope she wasn't watching
Watch
video.
Daddy.
Right, everything I said was above board.
No, that's why my internet connection was cutting out, because she was using the internet cafe up there. Their uncle bought them the cheapest fucking tablets you can get, and their Wi-Fi worked on the exact same frequency as this computer. So as soon as they use them and I'm doing something down here, I get nothing.
Ah, well, you gotta
Well,
get it.
you accidentally drop them on the lawn and then accidentally mow the lawn over them and then say, "Oh, sorry, kids, they're all gone."
Microwave.
Just gotta get a nerdlinger to help you change the frequencies on the iPads.
Microwave makes it faster.
Yeah.
Have you ever microwaved a CD? That's some fucking cool shit right there. You
Fucking
put the
breaks
CD
apart.
reflective side up, turn the microwave on, and there's fucking lightning.
Grapes are dangerous if you couldn't have in the microwave. It's like plasma.
Yeah?
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 Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, I'm next going to drink some Amsterdam Sweetwater Squeeze Radler.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No,
Why don't you believe me?
because that's too rare of a beer. It's impossible that you're.
You're not a fucking believer.
I'm not a
Got to
believer.
believe.
I'm not a believer. There you go.
That's not the variant.
You made that label yourself with Photoshop.
Beer Zerker says that bitch drinks Brass Monkey. Well, that's disappointing because the Beastie Boys drink Brass Monkey, and they're actual rappers, and they're actually good.
I can respect that.
Brass Monkey, that funky monkey.
I get upset when my mom threw away my best porno mag.
I'd be more upset if my mother was like using my best porno mag.
Why not?
That would be a problem here at my house. Why the hell is this side of my face poking out so much more? Fucking.
I told you were sleeping, probably sleeping on that side.
He just got caught.
Checked for tumors recently.
Yeah, it's swollen, just huge.
What you need to do is start clipping it and fuck it up so badly that you... No, you just need to start clipping it and fuck it up so bad that you end up shaving your entire face and your head because you're so frustrated with it.
No, I'm not clipping anything for at least 2 years.
No, you need to do it.
Clip it, then make homebrews just stick it on the bottle. It's like your label.
Yeah, make some albino, make a white beer with fucking albino beard yeast.
Albino beer.
Yeah.
Funky monkey. Fucking asshole, you got that on my head now.
That funky monkey.
Should play it at your beer festival.
Brass
Funky
monkey.
Yes.
Alrighty, next topic, boys and squirrels. So the next topic is a two-part one. It is about New Brunswick.
Gasp.
Gasp.
Nick from Halifax.
So, first and foremost, beer sales in Quebec are soaring after the New Brunswick cross-border ruling. Apparently, people are crossing the border and buying anywhere from 6 to 12 cases at a time.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah, exactly. Who saw that coming? I know a buddy of mine went up there this past weekend. So,
it's talking about how in New Brunswick, the New Brunswick liquor puts up to an 89.9% up markup on any beer sold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Up to 89.9. Wow.
The price difference between the Quebec side and New Brunswick side is like, I think it's like if you in Quebec a 2.4 beer is like of the same kind of beer is like $35. In New Brunswick, $50.
You know what you need, Nick.
So for anyone that doesn't,
You know what they need? They need to introduce a budget lager and a light lager that people will stay here and buy, and they won't go across the border because all people care about is the price.
They'll
They don't care
contract
about the
brew it
quality.
through Moosehead, and they'll call it Selection. And it's going to be branded with the actual NB liquor store.
Yeah.
State beer, right? Just like the Russians.
It'll work. Just like the recent reintegration of that with the Moosehead Light and Moosehead Dry or whatever the fuck thing they got going on there. The budget Moosehead.
who is fucking Echo King?
Nicholas Pickles.
Anyway, so twofold story, right? First, those are jumping, and then next is for those that don't know what's going on, there was a lawsuit. A guy was charged for illegally importing beer into the country, well, into New Brunswick from Quebec. He had all of his beer confiscated. He was fined. Everything else. A judge threw the case out, saying the law was unconstitutional. So then everybody was jumping over there. Now apparently, the court ruling on beer imports is under review by the New Brunswick government. So Premier Brian Gallant says it's too early to say how the province will respond to a court ruling that says New Brunswick's liquor regulations violate the free trade provisions of the Constitution. Says the ruling is being analyzed, but it would not be appropriate to say anything more about the case during its 30-day appeal period. The Liquor Control Act limits anyone from having more than 12 pints of beer not sold by a provincial licensed liquor outlet. Public Safety Minister Stephen Horseman says it's too soon to say whether the act will be amended. In the meantime, he says the law remains in effect, but he won't tell the police how to enforce it.
Fucking asshole.
I thought it was funny. It's like it's too soon to tell how New Brunswickers will react. Yeah, record numbers going across the fucking board of the weekend after.
Yeah, I mean, how much more data did they need? I mean, they tried all these ham-fisted schemes to keep people buying shit in New Brunswick, and every one of them failed miserably at the tax fucking payer's cost, by the way.
Yeah. Well, hey, Lee, you remember coming when we came back from the first Beer Tuber Toulouse 2 years ago? Remember all the beer we had in the trunk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they had opened that trunk, we would have been fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But thankfully, the cops were probably as tired as we were, and they're like, okay, just get the fuck out of here. You don't even speak French, and we don't speak English.
Do you speak French? You're heading for New Brunswick? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. These fucking laws, Canada should be universally across the entire country. The borders should be open for liquor transportation. Especially because, you know what? I really like to get some fucking Red Racer from BC that isn't like half a fucking year old. That'd be really cool.
Oh, you just gotta have a guy not named Steve send it to you.
Yeah, that would be so awesome.
All these regulations is just holdovers from the post-prohibition era, for when they let us buy beer again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like this is a vain effort to do what they do in the States, is let the province decide its own laws on liquor. But it doesn't make
why with beer? I mean, they don't have those restrictions on wine anymore. You can do it with wine everywhere. Wine can go everywhere across the fucking country, no problem. Beer, still. Wine is more alcoholic.
In the grocery store here now.
It's just prejudice. It's they consider beer the drink of the degenerates. You know.
What's even worse than beer here is cider. There's hardly any regulations at all on cider. It's really difficult to be a cidery in New Brunswick.
There's nothing new with apples.
Well, a cidery here can sell at fucking farmers markets and everything else, as long as it's all made in Ontario. As long as it's made in Ontario, it can sell there. Holy fuck, get yourself some earbuds. I will send you some.
I have a set. Just a sec. Actually, I gotta restart my session. It's supposed to be doing a noise canceling thing, but it isn't fucking doing it right now.
Yeah, it's kind of doing the reverse of that. Basement Beer Review says on the chat here, New Brunswick, Newfoundland? Why did they call them new? They've been here forever. More like Old Brunswick. Right in a Seinfeld voice, apparently. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw
New
that.
Brunswick! Newfoundland! Why do they call them new? They've been here forever. More like Old Brunswick. Oh. My God. And how about those theaters? All kinds of people watching movies. What's that about? I hate Seinfeld. I fucking hate Seinfeld.
That makes two of us. I never cared anything for the show.
Well, you guys are 100% wrong.
No.
I like the show a lot, but I didn't really care too much for a stand-up outside of the show.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's the real deal.
That is also an awesome show.
That's Larry David actually being able to do stuff without fucking network boundaries.
It's all about JB Smoove, son.
Enthusiasm is basically sort of as close as a continuation to Seinfeld as you're going to get.
It's not a continuation, it's a reinvention and improvement.
Yeah, Greg, so... Girlfriend, sit down.
He's wrong about stuff every kind of podcast, so there's no reason he shouldn't be wrong here, too.
It's true, Lee's wrong about a lot of stuff.
No, I'm not wrong about anything, honestly. I'm pretty much on fucking par on board with everything. I get pretty much everything right. It's kind of annoying, really, how right I am most of the time.
I would say the vast majority of the time he gets 93% of the stuff wrong. Garbage. No.
Garbage!
Garbage.
You know, Joe, I've never liked you all that much.
93 garbage.
Okay. Doesn't make you right.
No, I think it makes me. I think it makes me very right.
No, it's another thing you're just wrong about. That's all.
You want to see what's in the fridge, guys?
Yeah,
Baby.
let's see what's in the fridge.
So you
They don't have a date on the bottle, baby. It's just it's actually the month. It is not a date. It's just a month. A general guideline. Doesn't even say the year.
I need down
What's
to
in
the
my
fucking
what's in my
second.
fridge right now is just a big brown box with red fragile tape on it.
This one sounds familiar.
Yeah. I just put the whole box in the fridge.
Be a nice
Yes.
cold box for next week.
Yeah, fresh boxes.
So in all honesty, the Sam Adams just has the months, but it doesn't have a year anywhere. So this could be like April 2014 or whatever. That's weird that they would go to the length to put the months on there and notch it, but not have a year anywhere.
They're hacking too much
Come on,
time.
Joe. Their stuff is so good. They just assume you'd be drinking it in that year.
Oh yeah, totally fresh. Totally fresh. It's the only way to drink it.
It's because they know it's always going to go in the holiday pack, so if they don't put a year on there, then they can just, all the leftovers can just go in the next year's. Good till April.
That's unscrupulous, Chad. How dare you put cast aspersions on them like that?
Good until April, guys. It's fine.
It's like Kung Fury. They're hacking too much time. Didn't see that, did you?
I've never seen Kung Fury, no.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
You should probably watch it.
It's a fun half hour.
Yeah. Not that
it's
long.
Good thing it's only half hour.
It's great.
Watch Turbo Kid. It's the better.
I've seen
Fury.
Turbo Kid. I've seen Turbo Kid many a times.
It's the better Kung Fury.
But Kung Fury is more historically accurate.
Nah, I'd say Turbo Kid's more historically accurate.
Okay. I'll watch that then.
Ooh, my chair just about broke there. That would have been sad.
What's up, Nick? Like you trying to figure out how to work them earbuds, son?
No, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with my microphone because of all like the last 2 years that I've been part of BDU, I've never had to use earbuds. So I'm just wondering if there's a setting broke down or if it's a driver or what.
You're a driver.
You're a driver.
So we're taking votes on whether or not we're just leaving Nick at the airport next week.
I
Well, I vote against.
Well, they have Uber in Niagara now, so there's no excuse.
Well, he's going to be in Mississauga.
Our drive.
Same thing.
Jesus, at this point, I'd rather leave him at the airport than with some Uber driver. Jesus Christ. We don't know what they do these days.
Keep the cars clean, don't rape you. Fuck it. So dangerous.
So it's the mistake I make about already sending the beer.
Wife beater shirts.
We have the beer. We don't need Nick anymore. No. I thought about putting the white beater on and opening it up. I thought about it.
Your birthday too. I was thinking about. I was like, what beer could I get him? Like, actually give him the okay to drink. I can't remember what I put in the box. And I was just like, okay, go ahead and open it and drink one of them.
I'm so behind. We must have reviewed at least 7 beers from Castleberry with Dale at Cousin Pascal's house last weekend.
I have a bunch of beer in my one fridge that everybody can drink, like for their channel. So you can put some on your channel. Nick can put some on his, and then I have the other fridge. It's the stuff that I need on my channel. And yeah, I might even plug in the third fridge.
I'm just gonna bring expensive Quebec beers. I don't care. It's on others people's channels. I'll just put it on Facebook.
Most of the beers I sent up, there's like 2 in there. I need to review for my channel, but most of the stuff is stuff I can get down here again. So, or already have. There's like 9 beers in the box.
As of right now, I am now 22 tickets away from selling the same amount of tickets online as last year.
Nice.
So we're getting closer to last year's numbers online. We're still short a couple hundred hard ticket wise though out there.
You
But
just need
the Cayman
explosives.
Kettle is fucking killing it, man. They've sold like 90 tickets already. They asked me for more today.
Oh wow.
So I'm saying, like, for promotions, you should just expose yourself there or something. Just
Nobody wants to see me naked, okay?
They go snowblind, man. They'd have to have those Inuit glasses to fucking see it.
Uh-huh.
Just ask the Tanzanians or.
Wait, didn't one of the breweries sell all your tickets to escorts?
Oh, really?
They did.
No.
No, they did.
The Niagara Brewery Tours. We talked about this offline last week, but we'll talk about it online. I don't even care right now. So Niagara Brewery Tours is a new company that does brewery tours. You hire them; they take you from brewery to brewery, so you don't have to pay. You don't have to drive yourself. And they have a company Twitter account, and they asked me if they could sell some tickets for me. And I didn't know the guys, but I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll give you like 20. We'll see what you can do. I wrote down the numbers and all that. If they fuck me, I'll let the people in that bought it, but I will lambaste them all over everything. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, well, have they even told anybody they have tickets? So I'm scrolling down their Twitter page, and as I'm scrolling down, I get to like people that this Twitter page has liked. Right? Again, this is their business Twitter page. It's all fucking Toronto escorts. There's like 35 different escorts from Toronto that the page has followed. Like,
sounds like it's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like some people are going to have a great time at your fest. That's what it sounds like to me.
Drink our shitty beer and have sex with mid-level prostitutes in the area. It's good stuff.
You should probably promote it. And you'd probably sell a lot of tickets.
Now, how many like tokens is the one mid-level prostitute?
Yeah, that's.
Okay, this isn't a brewery.
Oh,
This isn't anything to do with a brewery.
No one said it was.
No, I mean, this is a side thing. I mean, if there's a side booth where you can pay a few tokens for a prostitute, you know, that's...
Yeah, why not?
Maybe it'll be like an escort truck in between the food trucks.
I mean, you know, you've got your spot for your porta potties. You could have a separate spot for, like, a tent with maybe some partitions in it and some cots.
You've got a place that they only sell bacon. You'll have a place that sells clam as well.
I actually almost had an oyster truck there. Because the girl that runs Elo Govna also owns the Tide and Vine oyster truck.
I certainly can't wait to try that, Pearl.
It's terrible. Terrible.
It's actually, you know what, this year I'm stressed out, but I'm not as stressed out as I have been in years past.
You look calm, cool, and collected, sir. Very
No,
calm,
I'm not calm, cool, and collected. I'm still.
No, you look very chill. Very, very chill.
Experience.
Well, you say it looks chilly, kind of looks like Santa. Oh, troll.
Snap!
You know, the worst part about being called Santa is there's absolutely no thought in it.
I should wear red hats.
The worst part is you too goddamn poor to give anyone any gifts, son. That's the problem.
I thought the worst part would be that it implies that you only come once a year.
Yahtzee.
And let's not even talk about how you exploit the midgets and the reindeer.
It's exploitation all the time. You know, they call there's black exploitation, sexploitation. Well, this is misploitation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a question about the fest. Right after the fest, is Brimstone doing anything special? Like, I know the last couple of years they had like live music and you could stay there and drink and have some food and stuff like that. Are they doing anything like that this year again?
They haven't told me, but I would assume they are. They like to stay open and just use up all the beer that's been opened.
Are they making anything special?
They got plenty of room for the prostitutes.
Yeah.
They actually even have a green room in the back.
Oh,
Escorts are expensive, man.
Gonna be a white room by the end of the night.
Oh, look at that! I got an alfalfa strand.
Bring a plastic for the escorts.
A fucking strand, like that's a big piece of hair.
And I mean, you got that whole big open space here with the stage and everything. I mean, you could convert that.
You could
into
have some sex shows there with this.
You could convert that into an orgy room.
Pretty sure I know what the Niagara Brewing Company has in mind now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on board.
Niagara Brewing Company.
Oh, it's not.
You guys don't listen at all, do you? Niagara Brewery Tours is not the Niagara Brewing Company.
They're all
the same name, same thing.
You're supposed to
I'm
have.
actually surprised that Dino, who owns the Niagara Brewing Company, has not given them a cease and desist because their name actually is really close.
Now, is the Niagara Brewery Tours going to bring better escorts, then the Niagara Brewing Company will bring beer? That's the question.
Yeah, there
I
might
don't
be
think
a
he's
case
going to
for.
bring any escorts at all. I think he's selling my ticket so he can buy an escort. You know what? Escorts is the fucking job to be in. I'm looking at some of these
Said no one
fucking.
ever.
I'm looking at some of the fucking profiles he liked, and it's like $600 an hour. $600 an hour? An hour? I need to get into fucking escorting.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can charge whatever you want if you only work like an hour a week or an hour a month. But you're still not getting rich off of it.
That's a great deal for them because most of their customers probably only last 10 minutes anyway at the most. So it's like they're making money like on top of money, man. They could do like 50 customers a night and only work for like 3 hours.
You got to remember, right? An escort usually will be with you 3 or 4 hours before you end up sleeping with them because people will wine and dine.
Is that right? Go on.
I see a lot of escorts in my line of work.
Oh, is that what it is? You see them?
Yeah, I do not make enough money to ever have an escort ever in my life, so there's no worry.
Isn't there like an albino discount or something?
No, there's no albino discount.
Yeah, you know how I could tell you're lying? You told me you see them.
No, you make enough for plenty of escorts.
I have to get
you finally got it, Lee. Oh, come on.
Nice. The beer's slowing the brain a little bit, but I caught it.
I have to get up close, but it still happens.
They're probably clones and just die off after 2 hours.
What you're saying is your other senses tinkle, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, my spidey sense goes off.
Mm-hmm.
My rhino sense.
The D.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
That sounds like a little vomit in there.
Crap.
Rude.
Sure, that was just a burp.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, if you knew you were like paying $600 an hour, you'd have to plan that hour out because you'd have to maybe partition off half an hour for them to do a very slow strip tease or something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where it ends for this evening. We are trying to figure out what's the most efficient way to use your hour that costs $600 with an escort. I think we've hit rock bottom for this evening.
Fuck, we hit rock bottom out.
Because, I don't want to overestimate myself. If the prostitute's incredibly hot, it's probably only going to be half an hour of sex at the most.
Do they prorate? What if you go for I don't know, an hour and a half? Does it cost $700 or $900, or does it cost $1,200?
I mean, figuring, do you want to walk her around your old haunts and meet up with old friends from school and hey, fuck you, look at my chick, and kind of stuff like that? I mean, you got to figure that into the time.
Does it cost extra to poop on her chest?
Probably does.
There's probably some people that will specify that's like their specialty.
No.
Yeah, my specialty is pooping on people's chests.
Your specialty is pooping fucking in your bed and your pants. Let's be honest.
Are you known as the Niagara Steamer? Is that like the name in circles?
The king of sharts over here.
According to his wife, he lies about pooping himself.
He's known as Shartnado.
Sure.
Yeah. According to her, I was lying, right? And that's why now there is no. Oh wait, there we go. There's no sheet on that bed anymore because she found out I actually wasn't lying. I just left it there because she said I was lying, so I'm like, okay, I can stay.
Bro, that was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about sitting on somebody's chest?
Hey, Nick, that's where you're sleeping.
Somewhat.
Enjoy.
Change the sheets.
The sheets will be changed. Don't worry.
Sure they
Fill
will.
them out, or are they big
I see brown fucking stains on it.
That's hilarious. He said they'll be changed. Now, what are the odds that he sharts again before you show
yeah,
up?
but-
Probably pretty high.
He gave this kind of look. It's like, oh, they'll be changed.
We'll be fucking a couple shit stains instead of one. It'll be
Well,
fantastic.
after a amount of time, the chemical compound will change slightly.
No, it's more like they'll be changed by then, but there'll be more.
We just made it gross.
Yeah,
As long as I'm not drinking a lot of grape juice, it's okay.
Peanut butter grape.
Oh.
Look at Jordan's disdainful Winston Churchill face there, just looking
Yeah.
at us, judging us.
Right now, we're basically just talking the worst we can to see if Ewart will say anything, but he's going to pretend he's not even here.
He's just fucking fapping.
If you really want to get rid of Ewart, you start making racist comments like Lee does.
Oh. No, she's not coming down.
I'm not saying it. What racist comments? What the hell? I'm
I think you have
insulted. Terrible.
I think you have mistaken him for another individual in Beer 2.
I know.
I am the most
Too many
warriorific of all social justice people.
He can't say the word justice, but he totally is a racist.
Exactly.
Starts with J.
Justice. Sid Justice.
Oh, man.
Wild justice.
Delicious.
Seditious.
Sid you
You're half the man I am, and I have half the brain that you do.
you do.
And then Scott
I am
Hall
the
laughs.
master and the ruler of the world.
The best part about that promo was when like Scott Hall like fucking taps Nash and they realize what he's
And they just start laughing.
like, did he just say he has half the brain that I? Are you serious? Oh man, it's so good. And like, and then the one promo we did with Mean Gene, and he's like, "Let's do it over." He's like, "We can't, pal. We're live." And then look on his face. He's like, "Oh shit."
He's great though. I like his fucking way out fucking promos better than Ultimate Warrior because once he gets on a roll, his stuff is just fucking bizarre as fuck.
And like,
What are you talking about?
you could
Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, wrestler, big tall blonde dude.
you could
I know who Sid Vicious was. I just didn't hear who you were talking about originally.
Yeah,
That's
you
all.
could
I like his
suspend
promo
belief.
style because he starts yelling and then he just gets really quiet.
Yeah, he goes insane.
because he's just,
I'm the master and the ruler of the world.
The thing is, you could suspend belief for a minute and actually think he was actually insane. Like, that was his character. Because he looked like it, he talked like it, he, like, got into character. But then, like, as the years went on, you're like, no, he's fucking, he's kind of insane. Like,
he's insane. He's legit insane.
Yeah, like-
he stabbed Arn Anderson with scissors at one point. He's nuts.
Yeah, he's like, he's fucking, all right, this guy doesn't, it's not a gimmick. He actually lives the gimmick. Like, this is actually him.
This is a guy who the WWF at the time, they wanted to make him the next Hulk Hogan. Like, they legit wanted to make him the next Hulk Hogan. They were like, we're going to give you the championship. We're going to push you to the fucking moon. We just want you to be a good guy. And he told Vince McMahon, well, I think I'm better as a heel, Vince. and that was the end of the story. It's like, I don't want to be that guy. And so they were like, well, okay, well, fuck you. Go back and play baseball or whatever the fuck you love doing more than fucking wrestling. And that's what he did.
It's he had a lot for a big man. He's pretty talented. I mean, he wasn't the greatest wrestler ever, but like as the whole package, yeah, you could believe him as what
He
he
was
was supposed to.
believable. That's the thing. And then, of course, there's probably one he's most famous for is breaking his leg.
I can't watch that, man. It's gross.
That's bad.
Yeah, it is. Just the way it snaps in half. It's just and then like as he's laying there, his leg is in the air, and it's just dangling,
twisted. Yeah.
just fucking dangling. I'm like, oh my, ugh. I remember watching that when it happened live, and just being physically ill. Like, if you wasn't like, oh man, is it a work? Is it a shoot now? It's definitely his fucking legs broken. Totally.
They didn't fake that too well. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's done.
Oh, look who's on the
What is
chat.
chatting?
It's Ethan Flair. He says, "What's up, buttholes?" First.
Buttholes.
I think he was looking for a different chat, and he walked in this one by mistake. Then he says, "What's up with Joe's hair? He's Joe Flair now, baby."
Did he actually type out baby?
Yeah, baby.
Fucking unbelievable. Woo!
Joe looks like me last year.
Looks like you last year?
Yes.
I don't remember how you looked last year.
Like
Almost
you,
the same
apparently.
hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he did have that little salt pepper beard, yeah.
Listen, Guy, you've never looked that bad, okay, dude?
Oh.
Don't put yourself down like that. That's terrible.
Jeez.
I don't like to see someone diminish themselves that way. Get more self-confidence. You look great all the time. You don't have to fucking sit here and go, oh, man, you looked as bad as I did a year ago, Joe. That's That's terrible, man. Don't
I
do
think
that.
he's
Don't do
hitting
that
on
to yourself.
He
Totally.
sounds like he's hitting on you.
Yeah. Lee.
I'm just stating facts. I mean, as much as Nick probably wants to see Guy and Lee porn, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, Nick.
Rain. I'm
Make it happen this summer. Guy, make it happen this summer.
Cousin Pascal should be there. We're gonna do a Paris attack.
So,
Chad should be there before me in July, apparently.
Who's meeting me in Halifax in July?
Probably Jim Sear.
What time of the month are you going down there, Chad?
I'm off July 3rd to the, what's the Saturday, the 8th?
I'd have to win a large amount of money, but it is plausible.
Todd the beer dude will be there to pick you up.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yes.
No thanks.
Saturday
and the 10th, I think.
I love his...
I'm off till the 9th. I'm off from the Sunday to the Saturday.
You should see if Spears can get down.
If I go, I won't be there for the whole thing. So.
Yeah, you will.
Well, I've been trying to figure out what time I should be there. I'm blind and I'm going alone. I can't be alone in a place. I can't get anywhere and I can't see anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, he needs a handler. He needs a drone.
I do. I need a handler. Who's going to handle me?
It's not too bad. You get an
I
airport.
work Merkins, so I can't. I have to work the. I guess I'm off the 4th, aren't I? Shit.
Well, I don't even know when my plane would come down. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm doing.
Plane or drone?
I'm going to get all my drones together, and they're going to fly me.
Strap one on each foot.
I lost the drone.
Cube, fly the
Strap one on the
Valkyries.
foot.
Come on.
Strap them on the arm. They're just fucking
Holy
one on your back, and it's just,
I,
just gonna.
I lost a drone a few days ago. It had an accident.
Rest in peace.
Did you bury it and give it a grave site? What happened?
No, it's in a garbage bag. But it had an accident with a tree.
Yeah, a tree, right? It's more like a woman's shower room somewhere, like hit the wall or some shit.
Chad, were you flying said drone?
No, actually, my son was flying said drone.
Chad, I would listen. Do yourself a favor. Stop lying to us. We know you were. We know you were flying it.
I
sure
hit a
your
power
son
line. I've never hit a tree.
That doesn't. Actually, that's kind of worse hitting a power line. Now I'm thinking about it. That's.
Well, it's a lot smaller.
Here's the thing. At least you have, what is it, like 64, 65 other drones backup to help ease the blow. So
You're not supposed to tie it to your penis.
I'm not supposed to do what with my penis?
What?
What?
Really nothing with your penis.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do much with my penis anymore.
Greg better be there.
From my penis?
I am going to do shit.
With my penis.
Greg's gonna do shit with your penis?
It's yet to be
With
determined.
his penis. I was going to go sharp. I was going to go sharp.
When you beat up, are you gonna shake his penis instead of his hand, Greg?
Maybe, why not?
I don't know. I was just asking a question.
Wait, you're not supposed to shake his penis on a meeting?
If I break my arm, will you hold my penis while I pee?
Nope.
Do I get to wear a glove, or is this skin-on-skin contact?
How many hands
You
do you
can
need?
wear a glove if you want to.
If that was to happen, I would go with Guy's idea of just strapping a drone to your penis.
Yeah, then no issue. I'll hold your dick while you pee.
These people say, why is there a drone hooked to your penis? Well, I broke my arm, you see.
It lifts it up for me. Oh, Jesus.
It's my third arm. It needs all the support you can get. Air and the ground.
So have you guys all finalized plans for... You're coming up, Guy, next Tuesday?
It used to be simple. Nick wants to go all over the fucking place. I don't know if I have fucking idea what's going on.
A little bit of hate there, a little anger detected in Guy's voice there.
Just drop me off at Joe's place.
Have you guys gotten to Bellwoods yet? That's all I gotta know. Seriously.
Where?
Bellwoods? Did you guys not do that trip yet?
No, we try to avoid Toronto.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Just fly, have the drones drop you there. Come on.
There's enough to strap to everybody's feet. I'm telling you right now. You fly in like you're fucking.
Jeez, he's got that many drones. I mean, when he comes up to Nova Scotia, we could just take over an entire motel. It's like
You could take over Nova Scotia with the amount of drones he has.
That's crazy.
Period.
I want to
down
buy.
one drones.
I
We've
want
got
to
an
buy.
army of drones. Let's be
I want to
honest.
buy a special drone with my bonus in May.
Is that because the other fucking 65 ones you have aren't special?
So
Not
was
like
this a
one.
weaponized drone? Is that what you're saying?
No, the drone I want to buy is one that actually doesn't have a controller. You throw it in the air and you wear a bracelet, and it follows the bracelet.
Oh, that just sounds like nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, like you're totally gonna walk into a fucking tree. I see it happening from here.
I know exactly where we're gonna put that bracelet.
So a blind man walking around with a bracelet holding a drone. That is not gonna fuck up at all. That, like, the potential for screw ups is just totally nil.
Literally the blind leading the blind. It's just
At least with like a fucking.
You want
the blindest fucking
It's essentially a blind avatar for you, basically. It's like everything I don't see, this doesn't see. Let's put it in the air.
At least controlling with the sticks, you have muscle memory. The other one, you actually have to navigate yourself. It's actually going to be a lot worse.
I'm going to be able to see exactly what I do on a day-to-day basis.
You can't see exactly what you do on a day-to-day basis.
That's what the drone's for. I can watch it afterwards. It's hindsight. Oh shit!
You're thinking this drone is going to survive?
Worst plan ever.
I got hit by a car there. That lady touched my bum. You know?
this could be it's like playing pinata in public. I'm telling you.
God, that wasn't an Asian chick I got a boner for. That was an Asian lady boy.
Oh my god.
I thought the hot Chinese cousin got not hot.
One of my coworkers, she's one of the servers where I work. She just sent her son on the Before You Work thing, which is a 6-week party in Thailand. And I told her how many lady boys he's gonna fuck by the time he gets home. She's like, "What are you talking about?" I had her going about lady boys for 8 hours. Every time I walked by her, I'd be like, "Lady boys."
I'd be like, it's not what I'm talking about. It's what you're not going to talk about when you come back from that trip.
What happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok, Diane.
Yeah, a lot of cock being banged. Let's put it that way.
No, just give him a roll of duct tape. You just hide it. Doesn't count.
a duct tape tuck? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yes. You just draw the hair
bad.
on the permanent marker.
So bad.
Close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes.
You know what you need to do with the drone bracelet is put it on your cat. That way, whenever you're trying to find your cat, you'll always know where he is because the drone.
Oh, you mean the drone cat? You seen that? The drone cat. You put his cat on the drone.
Well, speaking of drones, here's another comment from Ethan. He says, if Chad needed to help take a piss, why does he just use a drone and tie it to his dick? Boom.
I just
Problem
said that.
solved.
Yeah.
But just like anything Ethan does, that's old news already.
Oh, news.
Wow.
Fuck's sakes. Why doesn't he fucking join the chat? Is he like too American or what? What's happening?
He doesn't have his Elvis beard anymore. He doesn't look very Mennonite.
You could point the camera
He's been hanging out with undesirables too much.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with Dave and stuff. He's not allowed to talk to us anymore. He's probably thumbing us down every 5 seconds right now.
Probably.
We don't like his kind around here, anyways. He's from Ohio.
They 5-year children in my basement. Other children.
I have a question for Ethan. If you went into a bar,
yes,
and you went to the washroom, and
Yes.
you left your wallet, your money clip in the washroom, and left the washroom, and somebody stole your money clip from said washroom, would you, as an Ohioan, blame the bar and demand your money back from the bar?
Obviously, yes.
Of course he would. He's from Ohio. You just answered your own question.
Yeah.
How many gypsy tears does he own?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Gypsy tears isn't worth more than currency in Ohio.
I'm lost. I'm
Gypsy
lost.
tears are worth many dollars.
He's citing Borat currency here, I think. Isn't
Yes,
it?
I imagine. What's up, Vanilla Face?
Oh boy, oh boy.
Chad, instead of having
Anyways, sorry, I want to get back to Bellwoods. I don't care what Chad says. If Nicholas, if you don't go there, buddy, you deserve to kick these guys square in the nuts. They should take you there.
Bellwoods?
Come a long way.
I asked about it, but nobody wants to go to Toronto. So
We can take the go-go train.
You can take the Google train. You're going to be in Toronto anyway. We could always pick you up on Thursday.
Get up to Chippendales, you know?
Hey, you're more than welcome to come back with us to Toronto. You'll just have to find your way back.
Can we just go to Greg's house?
Go to Greg's house on Monday before you leave.
I'll just stay there.
Well, I fly out Monday night, but I don't know what's going on Monday. So
I don't know. I just say you guys figure it out, man. It's
make it happen.
I'm leaving Monday.
What's Bellwood's got in their bottle shop right now?
I don't know, but I mean, it's not even just that. There's a whole bunch of places around there. I mean,
Here's there now.
it's worth the effort.
Oh no.
Everything I've had from Bellwood's has been pretty awesome. So I see they got Gotham still.
Gotham, I think they still have. Yeah, Bellwoods doesn't make a lot that's bad. It's the worst of Bellwoods is just okay.
Yeah, the worst beer Bellwood's makes is Gotham.
My least favorite of Bellwoods is Cat Lady.
Oh my God, you were such oh my God, I can't believe your palate is retarded. You're stupid.
Well, Cat Lady's the Belgian IPA, right?
No, incorrect.
That's Roman Candle.
No, that's
Roman
Cat.
It's cat.
It's obviously Chad has no idea what he's talking about. No idea.
Roman Candle and Cat Lady are like interchangeable in some aspects. I mean, they're like slight variances on one another.
No, they're not that close. They're.
It's like I think Cat Lady's 7.2, Roman Candle 6.5. I thought they used similar hops.
Yeah, I think of all their hoppy stuff, those are probably two of the closer ones. To the Boogie Monsters being a little
An imperial
more,
version.
Yeah.
And then like Witch Shark is kind of like an imperial version of Wizard Wolf, like more of the resiny.
Yeah.
But then I heard people like you were like Sean. And I think even Julian saying like the last Witch Shark release was like more juicy, so I don't know if they've tweaked it. Last time I had it was a couple of years ago, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I haven't had a recent Witch Shark. I won't spend the money on it.
You might like it. Now you should try it.
Huh?
You might like it. I think they tweaked the recipe over the last year or so.
That'd be good. Because they're going to sell a lot of it, and they like to brew it a lot, so it'd be good if it was good. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. It's no hard. Let's say that.
Ethan says
it's
he carries too much cash to carry money clip around. By the way,
Yeah, you spelled 2 incorrect. That's a good job.
Anything else going on today? Jeez, that echo's killing me. God damn it.
You want to see how you fix that?
Yeah, just
You do it like that.
yeah, you just mute Nick.
Oh, there we go.
You're talking to myself.
he refuses to put earbuds on. I mean, it's become stubborn at this point. Like it's almost like he's racist against earbuds.
Racist against your face.
Hey, I've had that happen before.
Your face has been discriminated against?
Oh yeah.
I have a super itchy sack at this moment.
Somebody might want to scratch that. Guy?
Hey, Chad. Who is doing the camera this year?
Who's doing
at
what?
the fest? The camera at the fest. Who's doing the interviews this year?
I don't know yet. I do have a production company coming to do a documentary at the festival, so they'll be doing some interviews.
Well, shave your balls so you don't itch anymore.
I don't think Glenn's coming this year.
Oh, I was gonna say instead of Glenn, you could just bring a bunch of your drones and just fly them to each booth, and then just do like self interviews with them. Just have a camera strapped to it.
No, they all have cameras on them. They're all
Well, then there you go. You have to be able to land them. You can't fly them into trees or power lines or the brewery itself. You got to actually land it.
No, hover. They hover.
Or you can just have them hover, which that's not going to happen either. But I mean,
holding cue cards with questions on them.
And have a dildo-shaped microphones attached to them.
Jesus.
His neighbors can watch themselves have sex.
Can land them on somebody's shoulder like a fucking bird.
Africa. European or African swallow?
I'll be trying to land it on your shoulder, Joe.
I'm down with that. As long as there's the dildo attached, the dildo mic, I'm down.
I constantly I actually want to see Greg do all the interviews, just because I know they'll be the most perverted fucking interviews ever, and really great.
I don't even know if they'll be able to ask questions once he's like.
So they'll be like, so how many? He'll start off sounding very progressive and modern. How many females do you employ? And they'll be like, oh, we've got 5 women in our brewery right now working. Oh yeah, how many of them are really hot? Like, what do they look like?
No, Lee, come on. Give me credit. I want to actually know stuff. I want to get to know our female brewers, so I would ask them, which of you ladies have bushes and which of you shave? Then by the end of the evening, if I get some honest answers, we can get a very accurate bush to shaved clam ratio.
So does your brewery plan on doing a calendar at any point, maybe with your employees? Like a really in-depth calendar, maybe multiple pictures.
I want to see all the paddles from 5 Paddles out there.
What are your policies on strap-ons? If you have to pass a course, yes or no?
What the fuck is wrong with you with strap-ons?
Listen, we're under the impression that Greg even makes it far enough to ask the questions, because I'm pretty sure he's just going to scare the shit out of everyone when he comes up to the booth and go, hey guys, how you doing, Marshmallows? Your outfit's fantastic! And what the fuck is this guy's problem? He's screaming at it. You're 3 inches away from my face, yelling at me. What is happening? Oh, this is just how I talk, guys. It's just how I talk. Yeah.
Why not?
I'm gonna have a side launch wheat next.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I wish I had a side launch wheat.
That looks radioactive.
Probably is.
I'm going to have to set
Side nuclear launch.
some sort of a scotch or something.
Are you asking or are you going to do it?
No, I said that's what I'm going to have to settle for, some sort of a whiskey-like substance. Once I'm
Oh,
done this beer.
You.
Then we're gonna get fucking googly-eyed, Greg, where like his eyes start twitching and it looks like he's fucking having a stroke, and you're like, "What's wrong?" I got into the hard liquor, guys. Oh,
Just mix it now. Put in your glass.
hey, dude, like a Bose experiment. Just
So
fucking
there's 5 viewers. I'm pretty sure that one of them is Lee. To the 4 viewers that are there, we're done beer topics. We're on the stupidity now. So if you want to keep us online being stupid, you got to ask us some questions here.
I had a beer topic.
What's your beer topic, sir?
Oh shit!
You want one? Okay, here's one. Here's one that I don't know. It happened. It happened today actually. At a brewery in the United States, there's a lot of muling and stuff that goes on. I don't know if anybody's hearing anything about a brewery that's taken the initiative to get pictures of people who sell and trade their beer and flip it, all that stuff, to get their pictures and then deny them sales when they showed up at the brewery for a release today.
No, that's pretty
for that.
What brewery was that?
That would be Hill Farmstead. They actually did that. It's crazy. Apparently banning people and kicking out mules, and I don't know. They took it upon themselves, which most breweries don't. They just let it happen. So it's
Yeah, because most breweries don't care. They're just like, as long as somebody buys my beer, I don't care what happens.
Do you think that's gonna end well in the long run?
I don't know.
I mean, it sounds awesome in theory.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't just do a ticketed release and just make life easy for themselves and everybody else, but yes.
Whatever, hoof-hearted fanboy, settle your fucking shit down.
Beer.
I think it's tappers.
Yeah, to answer your question, Joe, do I think it will end well for them? I don't think it will, in all honesty. The mules and the other people that are big in the big beer trading industry there and beer reselling industry seem to have a lot of friends in a lot of places, and yeah.
Well, because most of them are fucking high rollers. They have lots of money and they have good contacts. I mean, usually when you see people who are able to go to, say, Hill Farmstead releases and buy a shit ton of their beers and fucking mule it and stuff, they have money. And usually when you have money, especially in a hobby like this, you usually have the contacts as well. So it's going to be hard to enforce too. Like, I mean, That's cool that you take pictures, but people might change up facial hair, might fucking change hair coloring, and you might sit there and go, really for beer? Yeah, really for beer. People will go that length.
No, I think it's awesome that they did it, but I don't think it will go over well.
I don't think it'll go over well, and I don't even think in the long run it will work all that well. But it's still cool.
I'm optimistic. What they do there, and one thing they can change their appearance, but here's the thing: they're matching IDs to pictures, and they're basically, I think they're almost going out and looking to buy stuff off people before it was even sold. People doing lottos and other stuff for this beer they're releasing. So they get these names and they're matching up, and they have an ID system. So anytime I were to go to Hill Farmstead in the future, I give them my ID, and they have me in the system and what I bought, when I bought it, how often. They can red flag people in their own system. So once you're banned, you're done. And that's it.
If they're going to that length, then they might have a pretty decent chance, because it's hard. I mean, I don't know if people are going to go to the length of getting like fake IDs and all this crazy shit. I mean, you never know, but that seems.
Send somebody else buy your beer.
How's it going to hurt them? There's plenty of people standing in the back of the line who don't get the opportunity to get those beers that are going to jump at it.
I think people are going to like that.
I think people will like it too. I just think that the people that get denied, if they're big enough players, they're going to start selling. They're going to start selling the PR movement of this is a horrible brewery. Don't go to it. They do this.
Yeah, they can fuck off.
I think in the near term it's probably going to cause them problems, but long term, if they stick with it, I think it'll work out well. But
that's the big measuring stick too, right? If they cave after they see some negative feedback from it.
If their beer is good, it will sell. It doesn't matter what the fucking PR is. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is good.
They're in that rarefied spot where if their beer is so good that their fucking PR comes from the fact that the beer was so good and rare at the first place. And they don't need those fucking leeches sucking off them and fucking exploiting them in the long run. So those people, they'll either fucking kowtow and start playing by the rules, or they'll fuck off, and people will take their place in the market who want to buy their beer and be fucking good customers and not be assholes. And those people will be getting the beer, and they'll still be selling the fucking beer. I highly doubt that Hill Farmstead will lose sales because they started burning these people who have been burning them.
Yeah, they're not gonna lose sales. I just think like Ryan was saying, I think there's gonna be some negative feedback, some. I mean, you're gonna see articles, you're gonna see this, you're gonna see that. But as long as they don't care about that at all, and the bottom line is we make beer to sell it and for people to enjoy, then they shouldn't care about it because it won't hurt them in the long run. It's just gonna be a little crybabies in the beginning getting upset because they can't buy fucking 50 bottles of something and give it to all their friends or use it for fucking trade bait.
Here's all you do. These crybabies, if these fucking traders, these fucking leeches, these fucking scum of the earth, fucking beer trader, fucking motherfuckers who buy that shit,
like there, right
sell it around. What? If they start making a stink on fucking Twitter and stuff, here's what you do: you don't fucking respond to them, you don't acknowledge them at all, and they go away. That's all you do. It's the smartest thing you ever do on social media. Don't respond, don't acknowledge them. If you respond and acknowledge them, then you're in trouble. But if you don't do that, you're fine, because these people will be gone in a month or so, and you'll still be selling your fucking beer off the fucking shelves faster than you fucking make it, and you'll still be good.
And don't worry, there's still Trillium and Treehouse and Bissell and all the New England places that people can get their amazing beer.
Yeah, these people will move on to other breweries that aren't fucking doing this. They'll just move on and exploit those guys, and new customers will come in who are in good faith wanting to buy the beer and enjoy the fucking beer. That's what I see happening, personally.
Yeah, the good people will still be there, and even if you have, like, to Chad's point, if they're gonna put negative feedback, they're just exposing themselves as the scum, right? So people aren't gonna stick their necks out like that.
You know the way people are, though. They won't expose themselves as scum. They'll have some story about what happened and.
I mean, you've already seen it though. It's funny you mentioned this whole thing, but I already seen it from Hill Farmstead specifically. I think it'd be about 6 months ago when they instituted a certain limit on like one of their beers coming out. Like it used to be like you could buy 6 bottles or a dozen, and they were like, no, strict 3. And you would already see people in the comment section on Hill Farmstead's website being like, well, if I'm only going to be able to get 3 bottles, it's not worth my time to even go up there. So they've already kind of, with the whole limit thing, probably limited a lot of people who come and buy that stuff anyway to mule. So I think this is probably just another step for them to
Well,
get
that's
to
the
the
only
point
reason
where
why it's not worth them going up there, because if they don't have 6 bottles, they can't mule 4 of them.
yeah, exactly.
Like, they'll keep 1 for themselves now, 1 to age, and 4 to sell off to the highest bidder in trades.
Well, it's funny when you see all these people go on like a New England trip or any kind of trip. I'd say at least half of the people do it specifically to try some stuff themselves, but just get fucking trading ammo. It's what it's become. Go get the things that aren't easily accessible to a lot of people, and then turn around and trade it for shit that you want that you can't get. And while in theory it's awesome to be able to try different stuff, so many times people fuck other people who want to just try it. Just a bottle or two, and that's where it's all about. It should be all about sharing and people being able to try stuff, not hoarding. Unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where people just want to hoard everything because it's limited and it's rare, and it's kind of ruined craft beer to a certain extent for a lot of people.
I'm kind of optimistic that if you implement this stuff, you'll get the new customers taking the place of these assholes who are coming into the brewery of course in good faith, and they're getting a good deal. And these people will talk about how good this brewery is, and I think that will overshadow the 1 or 2 fucking assholes who are bitching about it. And, fuck those people. They'll move on. They'll see they're not getting any leverage, and they'll move on to some other brewery and exploit that brewery until that brewery gets fucking fed up with them and implements the same fucking system.
I don't know if you'll see the same system, though. This is the first time in this muling thing has been going on now for like 4 or 5 years easy, and it's the first brewery.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, too, they started with a 3-bottle limit on this beer. They dropped it to 2 before they even had the release based on the hubbub. And then that day, based on who showed up, they dropped it to 1. And it's a $40 a bottle beer.
See, now, here's the thing. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with dropping it the day of or while you're there. That's BS to me. If you're saying, hey, we have X amount of bottles, 2 bottles per limit, and you're expecting to go there like the day before you made a trip or whatever, and you get there and you have 1, I think that's pretty shitty. I think they should specify days in advance how many fucking.
Yeah,
and this is just a specific reasoning, but that's they should be.
That I'm fully with Joe on. I'm fully with the company has the right to do whatever they want, but I'm fully with Joe on. It's kind of a dick move. I mean, if they said yesterday, today was the day the beer was being released, and they said yesterday or the day before we're dropping it down to 1, that's fine, whatever. But to do it the day of when you get there thinking you're buying 2, kind of a dick move.
Well, think about it like this. Yeah, and I related to us going to the Winter Solstice a couple years ago, waiting in line for 6 hours. If we went in with the knowledge 2 days beforehand that it was a case limit like it was, and then they dropped it to half a case, and then they dropped it to like a fucking single 4-pack or a single 6-pack, you can't tell me that you and I wouldn't be extremely pissed off if you're waiting 6 hours in line. You know what I mean?
Mind you, they dropped that after the first glut of people got there. They just knew they were trying to drag it out until like at least the second day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is shitty for people who showed up later on. The people who showed up early enough got there too. But there's also people like Side Project, just another approach. They don't announce limits until that day when the owner and head brewer walk outside and see how many people are there, and then he'll determine how many it is per person based on that.
I'm okay with that if you know that in advance, because then that's you're taking the chance. But it all depends on what they say. Like if a lot of these people are coming from hundreds of miles, so if it is set as one thing when you're going and you leave and you show up and it's a different thing, that's BS. And in any business, that's not how you should run it, right?
There's a lot of guys that do trips from Toronto for Hill Farmstead fucking releases. So you're driving from Toronto down to Hill Farmstead, and you think at first you're getting, say, 4 bottles, and then they drop it down to 2, and you're like, you know what, for 2 bottles I'll still do the trip, and then you get down there and it's 1 bottle. Yeah, that would probably piss me off.
Well, then don't go back, because the other people will fill your spot. That's they did give people who did get cut from the 2 to 1. They gave them free beer to consume on site. So
The thing about Hill Farmstead, though, the cool thing about Hill Farmstead being able to do this, and it goes back to Lee's point about that there be other people. It's not a brewery you can easily get to just like, hey, I'm just gonna go to Hill Farmstead because it's 5 minutes down the street. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
But guess what? There's other beer to buy there. Hello, it's just we're just talking the one beer, that the limited one that
No, yeah, I know that, but
you can spend your $40 on a couple growlers and other bottles. So,
but I'm not saying it's not like your typical brewery where you're like, oh, we're just gonna go spend the day at Hill Farmstead and drink and hang out and have food. No, it's like you go and buy your beer and you basically hang out for a little bit and you leave. It's really
they have food. And they have
no, I'm saying, but it's not like still like a local like brewery where you're gonna be like, I'm 10-15 minutes down the road, I'm going there and I'm hanging out and that. It's not that for people that come out of town. It's like it's so out of the way for people. Because usually people who go up to Hill Farmstead, and I'm talking about people coming out of town, it's usually just a part of their trip, right? And a lot of times people don't even go up there because it's so out of the way from all the other fucking New England breweries. So I don't think in the grand scheme of things this is going to really mean anything for them negatively, thinking about it now.
Probably won't. Actually, I think it'll look good on them, even more so because he's actually taken steps, even if a little more extreme than anybody else is willing to do, to curb the muling and
I will admit everything I've read about the guys seems that they are coming out as a brewery that people want to go to because they're cool guys and they want to share amazing beer with the industry.
Do you want to hear the latest news from North of 7 Distillery?
Sure.
Hi, Jamie, by the way.
Yes, hello, Jamie.
Hey.
They say, totally forgot that our whiskey just turned 2 yesterday. Now only 1 more year to go. That being said, if we wanted instant gratification, we would have opened a brewery.
They're taking a shot at breweries. Is what they're doing.
Yes. That is it.
But even still, they're only making a 3-year-old whiskey, so I don't know. Good luck.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
shots fired.
I don't know.
Oh snap!
Well, like you were, as much as you were just firing shots back, at the same time, he's right. Like, you're taking shots at a brewery, going, yeah, we don't want instant gratification. We can wait. Well, you've basically just made the Pilsner of whiskey.
Exactly.
Pilsner Light. Pilsner Light.
Like, I'm sorry, you're excited that you have 1 more year till you can call your whiskey rye. That's great. I'm excited for you that you can call your whiskey rye, but don't sit there and bitch at people that actually do just as hard a job as you creating beer that people want.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I don't know what province is this in?
It's up in Ottawa.
Okay, so that's Ontario. So it's going to be a lot like Stillwater's where they bring out their 3-year-old whiskey. And, I mean, it's a fine product for, being a young whiskey, but they also charge between $70 to $100 a bottle for it. And you can buy a pretty good bottle of scotch for that much money. So it's like, well,
for $70, I can buy two well-made bottles of fucking Canadian rye from somebody like H.R.M. Walker.
Yeah, so like that's
where are those
thing
guys?
that, like, with a lot of things like beer, for instance, everyone shits on macro companies and stuff because they don't make as good beers. I think when it comes to hard alcohol, I think the macro hard alcohol companies make a lot better whiskey just simply because they can make it for a more reasonable price, due to because they make it in bulk.
And typically the people doing it been in the business and been doing it a long time. We don't have fresh faces on the scene as our, master distillers and things like that. So.
Greg, are you originally from Louisiana? Just quick question.
Could be. Why?
No reason.
No, I understand what Greg is saying, and for me it's probably the same. I mean, I like looking at my value, and I would like to see I would like to see 2 60-pounders on my shelf before I see 1 26er of a whiskey that's only 3 years old.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, like $100 a bottle. I mean, you can get a bottle of Lagavulin 16 for like, what is it, 110 or something a bottle?
And that's or if you're at duty free, it's like 60.
Or I mean, what's the other? Lefroy quarter cask, I think is $70. I think Lefroy 10-year-old is $80 at the LCBO. So it's, I mean, those are both awesome whiskeys, and they're both can be a better value than
Well,
buying.
Canada Club Hopped. What was that? That was $29 for a 26er. That was a good whiskey.
Well, I'm just talking scotches because I'm talking single malts. But if you want to bring Canadian whiskey into it, like the Canadian Club Chairman Select, the Crown Royal Rye, those are both about 30. If you want to go a little higher end, go for the Lot 40, which is amazing, and that's $40 a bottle. Like, you can buy friggin' 2 bottles and then have change left over for the cost of one of these 3-year-old single malts.
It's different. It's a different way of doing things too. I mean, with Canadian whiskeys, you're rarely going to see anything that's maybe over like 8 years or more. I mean, there's different stuff going into Canadian whiskey anyway. I mean, everything's more based around like blended stuff. With Scotch, you just have to sit on it a lot longer to get anything out of it, because you just really don't have as many blends going on and stuff. Like single malts, you really have to sit on them to make them good.
You know, that's true, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, there's some single malts that aren't terribly old. Like, I don't know if you're talking on Facebook getting a bottle of Ardbeg Ugada. I don't know if you picked up that bottle yet, but that's only like I think it's a blend of between something like 6 to 10-year-old whiskeys, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, you look at something like Quarter Cask, and I mean, the reason that's so good is because they actually, you know, age it in quarter casks, so it actually matures quicker. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Hey, well, but you know what? Any product they use shortcuts or whatever you want to call it in order to make the product taste better and maybe not cost much. I'm all for that because I can't afford a bottle of $25,000, 67-year-old whiskey. But if you can give me something that tastes pretty similar, even if you don't do it the right way.
40 Creek, what?
It's really hard though to compare.
40 Creek is distilled at Kittling Ridge.
It's really hard though to compare scotches to Canadian whiskey, though. I mean, there's a vast difference between the flavor profiles.
It's kind of apples and oranges.
It really is.
They're both
bourbon.
Whiskey, but that's where it basically ends.
I mean, if you look at bourbons, then you have a better argument. But because there's just basically more going into how they make bourbon and stuff. Yeah, you can get a lot of. I mean, Canadian whiskey is at a point now where just about everything you find that is Canadian whiskey is at least very good. And yeah, and you're paying us pretty fucking.
I did not
good
like
price.
Crown Black whatsoever. I hated that stuff.
Well, I've never had it, but I mean, for the most part, the quality Canadian whiskey is way above where it was like 10, 15 years ago.
I would fully agree with that.
And you're paying a great price for it. I mean, you can get 40 Creek for such a great fucking price. You can get regular 40 Creek and Creek.
Or pay a couple bucks more for the copper pot.
Creep. Say 40 Creep. I don't know. I'm thinking
Now Craig's going to be in 8 years.
40 Creep. But no, you can get that, and you get the copper pot still for a few more dollars, and fucking awesome. Then you can get, the more weirder, kind of more experimental Canadian stuff that's going on, like the Alberta Premium Dark Horse stuff that has like a little bit of sherry introduced into it and shit like that.
I didn't love that one actually. I thought it was okay.
And I'm not usually someone who likes whiskeys that are sweeter on the sweeter side, but for some reason that one appealed to me quite a bit. So.
Sorry.
I just don't like sherried stuff. Like even chocolate sherried, I'm not crazy about.
Jamie, did Guy get a hold of you?
On Facebook, he sent me a little list of where you guys are going.
Yeah, do you want to meet up in Waterloo for Aberb and Descendants?
Yeah, it depends on what time you're going to be there. Like if it's through the afternoon, I'll probably still be working, but if it's later on, I'd be into it for
I
sure.
wouldn't guess. I would guess it wouldn't be because we're going to be coming from Collingwood and we're going to stop in Elora. I'm going to guess it wouldn't be until at least 5 or 6 at the earliest.
Yeah, I totally should be able to. And I would, if you do have time, I'd check out TWB as well.
I don't even know TWB.
Yeah, they're the ones that have that British mild that you were talking about on 1BDU.
I'd have to check their hours and everything and all that because they're not. The thing is, I didn't. There are some breweries that I missed because I was working with the Mom and Hops brewery list, so I was just working with that, and there are some breweries that aren't even on that, because they keep fairly up to date, but they do miss some things that open up.
Yeah, there are a few new ones that have opened up. That there's one in Cambridge that is.
He froze.
It looks like he has a
5
really
minutes
good...
from Descendants.
Oh well, if they're open after we hit Descendants, because Descendants was our last spot before we came home, maybe we can hit them up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would still be open on a Thursday night. I'd think they'd be open till at least 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Tour.
Yeah, they're TWB, Together We're Bitter, in Kitchener.
Okay, I'll check them out when I go up.
And I actually sent Guy a bottle from there, so he's tried one.
Growler in the glass.
Yeah.
And
in the glass.
You said there's one in Cambridge as well?
Alley Cat or something like that.
Oh, that's Alley Cat. No, the Alley Cat's in Alberta, aren't they?
That's in Alberta, yeah.
No, not Alley Cat. It's something with a cat in it. What's that?
Barn Cat?
Barn Cat.
Yes, that's it. Barn Cat.
That's the one that Aaron had glowing reviews for.
Yeah,
Did he really have glowing reviews for it, or are you being ironic, sarcastic?
I'm being ironic.
Yeah, I actually work within 15 minutes of the place, but they're only open when I'm not in the town, so I haven't been there, and I have not been to Descendants. Although
Descendants just opened, so I mean that would be a good thing. We can hang out at Abe Herb and at Descendants, and then
Abe Herb has good food. I've tried one of their beers and it was all right. I actually sent E one of those as well.
Not food.
The Kolsch.
Good day, Matthew.
What's going on, man?
Nothing at all. How are you?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
I'm gonna miss you next week.
I know. I wish I could come, dude. Hot times, baby, hot times.
What? Just bring the ducks.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's readily apparent, but what are you guys up to? What are you drinking? What are you talking about?
Apparently not drinking with you.
Currently, I am drinking Side Launch Wheat.
Bylogs wheat? What?
Side Launch.
Bylog
wheat.
Bylogs wheat, I thought would be like, smells like asparagus, tastes like bleach, you know? Exactly it.
Try one of these Trafalgar Schwartzies.
Oh, yes.
How is your bottle? I had 2 bottles. One was really good and one wasn't.
It's fine. It's good. Yeah, it's nothing spectacular, but it's super easy drinking.
No, the espresso version was the version that sent us all going, oh my god, this is Trafalgar?
No, I've never had that.
What is that, Lee?
That is the Garrison In Session ISA, India Session Ale.
I gotta go take a pee. I'll
That's
be right back.
That's the beer I stole from somebody when I was up there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Nick. That's Oktoberfest.
Never reviewed.
Black Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Get a leftover bottle.
So it's new.
I've
been here in a little bit, and fucking shit's hectic. Ooh, rum. I see rum now. I'm excited.
Well, Jord had a vagina transplanted on his forehead. He now runs a cult.
Yes.
Nick has killed 5 people since we last seen him.
6.
Nick killed a guy with a trident. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
With a trident.
You should probably lay the authorities will be looking for you.
You probably wanted for murder.
Nick is the Merc of the Trinity.
Cool to watch.
I see. I see Joe stopped wearing hats. When did this happen?
Yeah, he got a haircut.
Got a haircut.
The real job.
He's
Totally
Joe haircut.
happened. Totally happened. All
Joe
of it.
haircut.
He's like
Trying to get
Aquaman
ID.
from Batman vs Superman.
His haircut is as disappointing as Batman versus Superman, basically.
Now I take that as an insult. You fuck right off, Lee. Stuck an entire bag of dicks.
Targaryen.
What can I say?
I really liked it, but I'm French.
You've already said it all.
Oh, God. All I can say is your haircut is dark and depressing and not at all a superhero movie.
Lee's just totally jealous because you can't get a haircut.
But your hair is dark and full of darkness.
I could get a haircut if I chose to grow hair, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while, Joe. What have you had that's awesome, and what have I missed?
What have I had that's awesome? I did well, this is right up your alley. I went to Share a couple weeks ago and did a huge vertical of, what you call it? North Coast, old stock.
What did you think?
Pretty fucking fantastic.
Nick they gave it like a 98 garbage, or actually 85 garbage.
85 garbage.
Yeah, Nick wasn't a big fan of it, man. He reviewed it probably about a month ago.
What was this?
Old stock.
North Coast old stock.
I didn't mind it. I don't think I gave it a real high rating.
We did
You're asking me about beers a month ago, man.
We did 09 to 15, I believe it was.
And then we did. It's too serious.
Then we did the Brandy Barrel 2011 Reserve, the 2000. Wait, hang on. 2009 we did the Bourbon Barrel, the 2011 Brandy, the 2013, which was what, bourbon? 2014.
Yeah, well they did 13 bourbon, 14 rye, 15 whiskey, wheat or something.
We did the wheat and the rye of 14 as well.
What was your favorite?
Either the 9 or I believe I'm trying to look at on tap because I can't remember if it was I think it went 9, 13, and 11, kind of like in that order for the bourbon barrel. For the regulars, I preferred. As it got fresher, it got a little bit more intense flavors, but less cohesive. So I preferred the older ones. Like
Joe, is this all in one night you did this?
Oh, dude, I drank like 26 beers at a fest, or at a Share. I was fucking yoked. The good thing is, we did all the North Coast were like the first beers we did. So like after that, everything that I drank, I rated or thought whatever, but it was probably totally inaccurate because I was fucking hammered.
Mm-hmm.
Like we weren't doing like little pours with like little fucking glasses. There was like 6 of us. So there was one guy who was driving, so he's pouring like half ounces. I'm like, what are you even coming for? You're pouring a half ounce, you fucking take a sip and it's gone. But like seriously, 3 to 4 ounces of beers that were like all 10 to 12 plus as fucking done.
Awesome.
It was a great time. I mean, it was cool because we were supposed to do we were gonna do Firestone Walker's double DBA vertical. And I show up and the guy's like, nah, we changed our mind, and they just had it all set up. It was like whatever, like 10 fucking old stocks, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh, I guess it did change. Sign me up, I'm in. But it was a great.
Old stocks, my jam.
I can see how, like, as it got older, like the 9, the 10, 11. The 12 was really good. The one in the bigger bottle, that was. I enjoyed that.
It was the Astucci one, then, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. It's the same thing. They just bottled it and sold it in Japan for like the tsunami relief or some shit like that. But yeah, that's such a good, and it doesn't taste like Hardy new. Once you get about 8 to 10 years old, it starts to get like Hardy-ish. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
What else? What else you got?
I had a lot of like the special IPAs that everyone goes and Sip of Sunshine, Double Sunshine, Trillium's anniversary beer, all that shit. It's all good, but fucking whatever. It's all right. I don't get the
That's all you
Keep it
got?
going.
It's alright.
I mean, it's like dialed in, which was the anniversary. It's really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but whatever, man. I can find better beers off the shelf.
That haircut took up a lot of time. That's like a big thing in his life.
I had hula poos for the first time, and I was disappointed.
Oh, you got up in the puss, huh?
Yeah, it was this year's. I mean, disappointed. It's still a fucking good beer, but like I prefer Prairie Bomb.
You're so full of shit. Seriously.
I totally did.
Huda Poo's better than Prairie Bomb, so your opinion's invalid.
Have you had this year's? Because everyone says this year's isn't as good, but they always say that.
No, Prairie Bomb is worthless. It's a turd.
I gotta side with anyone who says your opinion is invalid. It's pretty much the truth.
All the fucking Mexican beers can suck a big giant dick when it comes to
Way
that.
to make it racist.
Double barrel Mexican.
Dos Equis, they can fuck off. Those fucking pieces.
All the fucking Mexican beers. I meant Mexican Imperial Stouts. All like the peppers with the vanilla bean and blah blah blah.
Dude, don't you talk shit about Modelo? I like Modelo, you fucking.
I know you're a big fan of Corona too.
Oh yeah, it's just my jam.
We also had like an aged bottle of Rumpkin from Avery that was one of the best of the fucking show.
That's fun.
It was really good.
That's fun.
I had like a fucking ounce pour of it because I'm like, why would this is no? It was like the first beer we drank. I'm like, yeah, no. I was like, I don't want to get fucked up on that. And then honestly, one of the best this year's Bellwoods Bring Out Your Dead. Fucking, it's fantastic. It held up to everything there. It was just great.
Yeah, whatever. I'm still jealous. I can't get that shit, so suck it. We're getting like inundated. Like we're like starting today. We're getting like crazy beers here because CDC's in Philly, Crap Brew Conference. So like all them shipping beers to like distributors to have at there, and all the distributors are being shady assholes and distributing out kegs to like bars and shit up north here. So we're getting like beers we totally shouldn't get up here. It's fantastic.
Can't beat that.
Is that Joe mentioned Bring Out Your Dead? Good.
Oh, it was the first time a lot of those guys have had Bellwoods, but not even Bellwoods, but like some of the. I brought Roman Candle, Bring Out Your Dead, and the Raspberry edition of 3 Minutes to Midnight. And
that's much like me. Is the first time I ever had Bellwoods was I bought 6 beers from them, and one of them happened to be Bring Out Your Dead, and at that point nobody knew about it. And I bought 1 bottle, and I wish I'd bought a lot more.
When we went to do our beerumentary at Bellwoods, they gave me 2 bottles of Bring Out Your Dead just to have, and then I bought 6 bottles then and there, and James bought 6 bottles, and we tried it in the brew house when we were doing our interview, and my God, I loved it, and that beer sold me on the brewery. But I love Bring Out Your Dead a lot more than 3 Minutes to Midnight by far.
Yeah, you will drive to Collingwood before you'll take Nick to fucking Bellwoods, you son of a bitch. I'm just saying. You love him so much, but you won't go there.
And Guy, too. You gotta be kidding. It's Guy, too.
Hey, if you guys go in the evening to Bellwoods one day during the week, I'll join you guys.
Where am I going?
That sweetens the deal.
No, it's where you're not going, Guy. That's the topic
Won't take me to fucking Bellwoods. Make me cry.
I can't fly anywhere. You should know that. I am a dirty French wizard.
with his own broomstick, yeah.
Staff. Big staff.
Big staff.
Big baguette.
I go to Bellwoods.
What the fuck is happening?
I do know that I plan on bringing a bunch of Bellas next time I go to the place in Ohio that I went to last weekend where nobody down there gets that shit.
Oh, tell us about your trip to this place in Ohio. Where did you go?
I don't know. It was out in the countryside there at a barn.
Yeah, what was the name of it though? What was the name? I don't.
No one knows it.
No, what is it? What is it again?
Hoof-hearted.
Oh, it's who farted? I got you.
Farted?
I got you.
Oh, were you hanging out with Dave?
The nexus of the hipster label universe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you wear some sweet flannel and grow out your beard? What happened?
No.
Oh, you should have.
Oh.
You would have fit right in.
You went up there to have sex with farm animals.
Yeah, I went there purely for Matt got me. It was like a hipster haven that they shone the signal into the sky with a picture of like a 5-paneled hat, and I just went running.
Looks like Frasier.
It was a symbol.
What is more hipster than pulsating Winston Churchill?
Did they have a sign on the side of the brewery that tried to clarify their name in case people didn't get it? I feel like they probably should do that because there are idiots out there.
No.
No, they should. Don't.
See, I refuse. There's a lot of, everybody there's calling it hoof-hearted, and I'm like, no, it's hoof. It's a hoof.
I would have to say that is without a shadow of a doubt the worst, if not the worst, top 3 fucking brewery names of all time to this point. It's fucking. They wanted to be clever, and it's so fucking stupid.
Wait. Who farted?
HOOFHEARTED. So who
farted?
Yeah, exactly. Super clever.
What they need to do is they need to make it so that the H is silent. That would be oof. So French for eggs. Oof-arted.
And then they said, "Hey, let's be Hill Farmstead."
Yeah. Next is going to be Summer Vice from Muskoka.
You've just been bringing on the shit tonight, haven't you? Like,
I'm trying to clear out the fridge.
I guess so.
Actually, I think we'll just call it Double H instead of Triple H. Double H. They're more like, I guess, Treehouse, right? Because Treehouse is kind of like a barn in the middle of nowhere, right? Yeah, I think we'll go with that. You didn't see Johnny there, though, did you?
No, he was too busy on his couch being fondled by some old man.
Johnny was he didn't show up till like 3 in the afternoon. We got there plenty early. Weren't the first people, and as soon as we rolled up, I mean, things were already happening, and just like crack.
What does that mean?
Sounds like going to an orgy.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Just jumped in.
Don't worry, guys. Things were already happening.
Yeah.
If you need to know, just check my Untapped.
Yeah, go see the fucking
really
scores that he had.
But you didn't see Johnny.
No Johnny.
Johnny was there at 3. I was out of there just after noon.
How do you know Johnny was there at 3?
He told me.
Oh, you're buddy with Johnny. I got it.
No, I contacted him through Crafty Beer Reviews on Facebook.
And he said, "Dude, are you going to the orgy too?"
Jesus. What Joe?
Did you see Dave there? That's the big one.
No, but if I did, I would have taken the full can of Kofuri and I would have freaking beamed him with it if I saw him.
You would have shared
What
it
about Ethan? Were you drinking with Ethan?
Ethan doesn't leave his house.
That's pretty true. And if he does, it's to do a 15-hour drive with no air conditioning and his growlers in his trunk.
Or all the beers that I sent him in his trunk. Either way you look at it. And then he fucking does a review and it's like, this doesn't taste normal.
What did he do? You know what? Nothing should surprise me. He's from
Ohio. We traveled to California.
We did a beer trade in the last summer. And he took some of the beers I gave him, put them in the trunk of the car that he was driving to Carolina. I think it was I want to say North Carolina, so it was like whatever, 7-hour drive. It was like 90 degrees outside. In his trunk, he fucking drove all the way there, which I'm sure wasn't a great idea. Then he reviewed one of the beers that I gave him, which was in a crowler, and him and his brother are reviewing it, and they're like, something's off about this. And later on, he tells me he left it in the fucking trunk for like 12 hours. And I'm like, you are a fucking idiot. Like, what? Of course something's off. It probably fucking got spent being in your fucking trunk when it's like 95 degrees out. Oh, no, that's not it. You sure there's something wrong with it? I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, something totally happened before that.
Yeah, straight up, Ethan, that's fucking stupid, dude.
It was pretty dumb.
Refrigerators don't exist for. I mean, they serve no purpose.
Put them in a cooler with some ice in your fucking trunk. Like, you could have done that. That would have at least made sense.
Or he could have not stuck it in his trunk for 12 hours. He could have done that as well.
The greatest thing is, like, okay, we did a trade. It's now your beer. Do whatever you want with it, but don't do a review and be like, I wonder what happened. What happened?
Ethan. You are what happened.
It was in a truck that was close to 100 degrees for 12 hours. That's what happened.
You and your goddamn hairdo and your fucking hipster beard is what happened, Ethan. Just saying.
I got yelled at by a brewery for a beer
you.
trade I did.
Okay.
I did a beer trade.
Did you send somebody? Did the Red Racer contact you and tell you that you sent 6-month-old of their IPAs? And
no, because that wasn't me that sent that. But anyway, somebody that is normally on this panel, he may or may not be on this panel tonight. One of my first beer trades with them, I sent a maple porter from a certain brewery in Ontario, and then that person sat on the maple porter for, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 months. And did a review of the maple porter, and it was vinegar, and they posted the video, and then John from Nickelbrook freaked on me. Why would you send him a porter that old? Like, I sent it to him the day after I bought it from you, man.
What was it? Was that the maple porter you sent me?
Oh
yes,
my god.
Yes, that was you.
I didn't hear this story.
Oh, I because I've never related it, but we're talking about things from beer trades, and I was saying that I sent you that maple porter,
Yeah.
and then you sat on that maple porter for a long while. And then you reviewed it, and it was vinegar. And when you reviewed it, and it was I believe you said it was 6 or 7 months in your video. I have to go watch it again, but you did your review. You poured it down the drain because it was vinegar. And then John freaked on me. Why the fuck would you send a beer that old? I didn't. I sent it the day after I bought it from you.
I don't think it was 6, 7 months. It might have been 1. But yeah, still, I get that.
Yeah.
I'd review that again.
This is not a good beer at all.
What's that?
Which one is that?
That is Muskoka Summer Vice.
Oh.
Put your tits in a vice. That's what someone tastes like.
That used to be a freaking awesome beer, and then they just fucked it up.
That seems to be the case with a lot of their beers.
Sellouts. Sluts.
There, Joe, I just uploaded a review for you.
Okay.
Huh?
It's all right, Ron. I hear Muskoka Dark is coming back. So
Cane Head High. Never mind. Cane Head High's gone.
Fuck off. Pause, will you?
Manger de porn. Manger de porn. Manger de porn. Oh.
Hey, that kind of looks like Lee on your can.
Really? What?
Yeah, well, it's a dude. It's a guy made a 2x4, so that makes sense.
Yep.
I like 2x4s.
So, Matt, what's up with you? Haven't you been on here at all with Life Hectic?
Yeah, I moved in with my girl and we're breaking up and shit, so combine that with me getting a new job and actually being like at a really good job. It's like a double dose of shit. Like the girlfriend thing is fucking bonkers. Like,
how's that rap album going?
It's fucking bonkers.
What was that, Dave?
How's the rap album going?
What do you mean?
What?
This is where the language barrier is a little bit of an issue.
I asked him when the rap album is coming out. There's no answer.
Well, I don't. I'm trying to get what you're saying, but anyway, yeah, no, it's just been, just whatever, just working a lot and doing stuff, yeah.
And fuck albinos, and fuck albinos, and fuck albinos.
It was 2 months old, Chad.
Okay.